ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री रामानंद परब्रह्म नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री शिवानंद परब्रह्म नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री कृष्ण परमात्मा नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री शंकर भगवत्पादाचार्य नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री नित्यानंद परब्रह्म नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री व्यास भट्टवर्काय नमः। Atma Namaskars to one and all who have attended the conference. You are all my Guru Swarupa. Today's topic is Vibhuti Yogam, the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Vibhuti means the glory, the divine glory of God. Vibhutir, Bhutir, Aishwaryam. The three words Vibhuti, Bhuti and Aishwaryam. The three words are one and the same. That is there in Amarakosham. Vibhutir, Bhutir, Aishwaryam. In this chapter, Paramatma is explaining his glory, divine glory, in a higher level. That means he is transcendental, supreme. He is in the supreme state. From that state onwards, he is expressing to Arjuna, simply don't think that I am with this body. What I am explaining now, you can understand my glory. With affection only, Lord Sri Krishna is telling, भूयेव महाबाहो शृण्मे परमं वचः यत्तेहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया. He says, भूयेव महाबाहो शृण्मे परमं वचः यत्तेहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया. Because you are all the way hearing my words with love and devotion, you are treating my words as nectar. You are taking the essence of my Vedantam as nectar or ambrosia. That's why I am again telling the supreme Vedantam regarding my Vibhuti, my glory. I am going to explain that because you are all the way enjoying, you are delighting my words. So for the welfare of you, further I am going to tell you, Name vidus surganaha prabhavam namaharshiyaha aham adirihi devanancha maharshinam sarvasaha. Here this is a very peculiar description by Lord Sri Krishna. Name vidus surganaha prabhavam namaharshiyaha. Even all the devatas or even all the maharshis who are striving to know me, they all can never understand me. He is expressing in the very beginning itself, Name vidus surganaha prabhavam namaharshiyaha. My glory, these people, either devatas or the Maharshis can never understand, but at the same time, aham adirhi devanancha maharshim cha sarvasaha. But I am the source of all these devatas and maharshinis. What is this paradox? We have to understand that as long as you think that I am separated from you, you can never know about me. That is the underlining behind this. That means you have to become yourself. You have to become yourself. Until then, you will feel that I am separated. But as long as you feel that I am separated, you can never understand not only yourself, even the devatas or the maharshis, all these can never understand. How can they understand? Now I am telling. Yo ma majam अनादिंच एत्तिमलोक महेश्वरम असो असम्मूढ़ समच्चेषु सर्वपापै प्रमुच्यते. Yo Mam, one who knows that Lokavamam Ajam Anadim Avyam. That means I have no beginning, and Ajam, I have no beginning, I have no birth. Yo Majam Anadincha. That means I have no beginning and no birth. One who knows about me that I am always existing, he only can understand, but asammudha samarcheshu. He will never be diluted among all the mortals. Marches means not only the human beings, any being. Asammudha samarcheshu sarva papai pramuchate. He will be liberated from all the sins. When only he liberated from all the sins, can only he alone can understand me. So, thinking that I am a shape, in the 7th chapter also he expressed that avyaktam viktimapannam manyante mam abuddhaya. If you go on thinking about me as a shape, nobody can understand, even the devatas or maharshinams. So these are all they can understand within themselves, provided I am the Atman who is never, who won't have any birth or beginning. Anadim yo anadim yo majam anadincha lokam vete maheswaram. I am the supreme of all these beings. He alone can get rid of these sins, and he alone be divided from this delusion. Then Paramatma is going on explaining about his glory. Buddhi jnanam asammohaha tapassacham shamodamaha sukham dukkham bhavo bhavo bhayancha abhayamevacha ahimsa samata tushtihi tapodanam yaso yasaha bhavanti bhava bhutanam matta eva pratigvidha. In these two slokas, Paramatma is explaining Buddhi jnanam asammohaha. Buddhi means, intellect. Jnana means the discriminated divine knowledge. The intellect, after getting intellect, pure intellect, you will get the spiritual knowledge. Buddhi jnanam asammohaha, without any delusion. Kshama satyam, patience. Satyam means telling the truth. Truth is of two types. One is worldly truth and the other is spiritual truth. The worldly truth may be changing, or the worldly truth, because world itself is not existing, the worldly truth also will never be existing. But spiritual truth, that is alaukika satyam, that is permanent. That is permanent. Simo damaha, that means control. These are all the qualities of Paramatma. They will be given to the beings. They will be giving to the beings. All these qualities are given to the beings. What are they? Buddhi jnanam asammoha, kshama satyam, simodamaha. Simodamaha means the control of the internal senses, that is manobuddhi chittahankaras, and control of the external senses, that is damaha. Sukham dukkham, including all dualities, even the pain and pleasure, and bhayancha abhayamevacha. Bhava abhavaha, that means bhava means existence, abhava means non-existing. Sat asat, in whatever the existing is there or non-existing is, and bhayancha abhayamevacha, even fear and fearlessness also, all these qualities, and ahimsa samata tushtihi, non-violence and equality of mind, tushtihi, satisfaction, and tapodanam, by doing austerity and charity, yaso yasaha, whether it is fame or ill fame, whatever the qualities are there, they are all bhavanti bhutana, bhava bhutana, mattayeva pradgvidah. All these qualities are coming, emanating from me only in a different, in so many varieties. They are coming from me only in all these beings. So whatever the good or bad qualities are there with the beings, shakers or non-shakers, all these qualities are coming from me only. From me only. Maharshya saptapurve chatvaro manavastada madbhava manasa jata esham loka imam praja. This is a very important slokam about the glory of this Lord. In the second chapter, Paramatma told that Atma is something separate. In a third person, he explained to Arjuna. In the third chapter, he explained that I have been telling this good old Brahmavidya Yogam to son and his family, and like that I used to say. But in the this 10th chapter, he is telling beyond. I am transcendental. I am beyond. I am unmanifested. From my sankalpa only, all this creation is coming forth. How? Maharshya Saptapurve. There are 7 Sapta Maharshis. Sapta Maharshis, you know, these are Kasyapa Maharshi, Atri Maharshi, Jamadagni Maharshi, Marichi Maharshi, and Viswamitri Maharshi, Vasishta Maharshi, and Gautam Maharshi. These present Saptarshis are, they will be going on changing. They will be going on changing in every Manvantaram. That's why he is telling Maharshya Saptapurve, Chatvaro means there are 4, the sons of the mind from the Brahma, that is Brahma Manasa Putrasa, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumar, Sanat Sujatas. These are all the great gurus of disciples of, they are the disciples of Lord Shiva. In the Dakshinamurti Stotram, the Lord Shiva first explained this Brahmavidya to these Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumar, Sanat Sujatis. Though they are always looking younger, they are the great gurus. So Saptarishis and these Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumar, Sujatas, and Chatvaro Manavasthada. There are Manus, you know, there are 14 Manus. 14 Manus, they will be administrating all this creation with dharmas in the entire daytime of Brahma, who is the creator of this universe. There will be 14 Manus. That means for every Manvantaram there will be 71 Mahayogas. So 71 Mahayogas means 71 into 4 Mahayogas. Like that there will be 14 Manvantras. After they will be going on, after these 17 Mahayogas, the Manu will be changing. The Manu will be changing. Like that after 14 Manvantras, there will be about 1000 Mahayogas, which will be the day of time for Brahma. So that means the starting people of this creation, Brahma's creation, are the Saptarshis and the Sanaka, Sandana, Sanat Kumar, Sanat Sujatas, and the 14 Manus. So all these are Madbhava Manasa Jata. They all emanated, they came forth, they are born by my Sankalpa only. There is no birth by combination of male and female. Just by my Sankalpa only, all these are the given birth. I have given birth to them by my Sankalpa only. That means you can understand Lord Sri Krishna. Who is that Lord Sri Krishna? Lord Sri Krishna is not just born to Devaki and Vasudeva, but he is beyond and he is transcendental, he is unmanifested. but being manifested as Sri Krishna is telling to Arjuna, he says that till now you could not understand my glory, now I am telling, just my sankalpa only, entire creation including Brahman, they are all coming forth. From them only, rest of the people came into existence. They came into creation. So, what are all we see, the beings, not only human beings, any being in this universe, we are all came from those initiators only. So, when we are this, when we emanated from all these people, where is the question of casteism or religion or any region or whatever the thing is, these are all subdivided in due course according to the qualities only, but we are all came from a single family, that is God's family, simply by the sankalpa, the mere thought of Paramatma himself, we all came from. This is the origin of creation. Maharshya Saptapurve Chatvaro Manamastada Madbhava Manasa Jata Yesham Loka Yamam Praja. All these Praja came from those Saptarshis and these 14 Manus. Madbhava Manasa Yesham Loka Yamam Etam Vibhutim Yogancha Mamayo Veti Tatataha So Vikampena Yogam Injate Natra Samsayaha. One who knows about this my glory, this divine glory, one who knows about this divine glory, definitely he will never be shaken. He will be unmoved, and he will definitely absorbed into me only. Evam vibhuti yogamcha mamayo veti tatataha. One who knows about the fact of my this creation, so avikampena, without any moving, yogam yunjate natra samseha. He will be existing within me only, and he is not separated from me only. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha matta sarva pravartate itimatva bhajantimam buddha bhava samanvitaha. So this is the jnanis, after having known that everything is coming from me only, and in that knowledge only they will be going on worshipping me. When they worship me like that, whatever they see is coming from the Lord Paramatma himself. If they know like that, they will be going on worshipping me. How they will worship, I am going to tell. Macchittas madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kadayantascha mamnicham tushyanticha ramanticha. This is very, very important sloka in 10th chapter. That is not only 10th chapter, entire Bhagavad Gita also. Macchitta madgata pranaha. How they will keep their mind in me, he is telling. Macchitta madgata prana. There are two things you know, that is mind and the life force, life. Macchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam. By this enlighten me among themselves. The jnanis, they will be enlightened and speaking one each other and speaking about me by telling stories. But the only thing is, they will tell when they reach me at the Bhrumajjam. Macchitta Madgata Prana. The mind and the life force will be kept at the Bhrumajjam only. Then only they can Tushyanticha Ramanticha. They will be satisfied and delighted. So, in the 18th chapter also, he is going to mention with the same meaning. Chatasa sarvakarmani maisanyasya matparaha buddhiyogam upasritya macchitta satatam bhava. Here buddhiyogam is the same yogam, after doing yoga only, you can keep all your mind in me only. In me means in the center of the eyebrows. So I am existing. Next he is telling that I am Ahamatma Godakesa, like that he is going to tell. So where I am existing means I am the Atman existing in your own Brahmajam, where you will be reached only by doing prana sadhana and keeping your mind. Then only Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. The persons doing yoga sadhana and discriminating about me can only reach me, and by reaching also they will be going on telling about my glory one to one another, and at the same time they will be speaking to others also. Machchita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kadhayantascha mam nityam. Always they will be telling like this, Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. They will be enjoying. They will be enjoying the happiness, and at the same they will be delighted. Tushyanti Ramanti cha. They will be enjoying. So, Tesham satatayuktanam bhajitam mam pritipurvakam dadama vidhu sanyogam tamyena upayantiye. In these three slokas, Paramatma, how the bhaktas, the devotees are reaching me, he is telling the Purusha Prayatam, that is yoga sadhana. Etam satata yukta bhajitamam priti purvakam. One who knows and one who worship me always by doing like this, that is told earlier, by doing yoga sadhana and keeping his life and the mind in the Brahmajam, Bhajatam Pritipurvakam, with affection and love and devotion, Dadama Buddhi Sanyogam Tamyena Upayantiye. I will give the Buddhi Sanyogam. Here also, after doing yogam, one will have to discriminate. This is here, the meaning of Buddhi Sanyogam is discrimination. Already in the earlier, you have to do this yoga sadhana. After doing yoga sadhana, your brain will be enlightened, then it is eligible for discrimination. This discrimination state is called Buddhi Sanyogam. That I will give you. Dadama Buddhi Sanyogam Tamyena Upayantiye. So with that only they will reach me. They will be absorbed in me. So Dadama Buddhi Sanyogam, those who do yogam, their discrimination power also will be increased by my blessing. By my blessing only, and with that only they will reach me. Tesha me vanukampadha aham ajnanajam tamaha nasyam atmabhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata. Ultimately, he is telling that by sadhana and discrimination, for those who have got this discrimination and this sadhana, teshema vanukampadhas, I will show sympathy, I will show mercy, I will show sympathy because of his kindness only. These people, my kindness only, these people will reach me. So ultimately, first effort, human effort, then the grace of the Lord will be showered by the Lord, provided if he does this sadhana. Teshe mava anukampadha, then I will have utmost kindness, I will show the utmost grace to them. Tamyena upayantite. With that only they will be reaching, and not only doing sadhana and discrimination, and with my grace the seekers will get the divine light. Nasyam atmabhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata. Jnanadipena, that means the divine light, the light of this spiritual knowledge, that effulgent light will be coming to them. I am that light only. In that way, they will be reaching me. So these are the how to reach me. These the steps are this: doing yoga sadhana, Macchitta Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta Parasparam, and Dadama Buddhi Sanyogam, and Teshayama Anukampadha. In these three words, Paramatma explained in detail that one who wants to reach me, first he has to do sadhana and discriminate, and ultimately he should get the blessing. Ultimately the blessing is also very important, not simply by doing sadhana also, he had to get the blessing of Lord. In the same manner, in Mundakopanishad and Kautopanishad it was told like this: Nayamatma pravachanene labhyo namedhana namedhya nabhuna srunutena yame vaisha vrunute tena labhya taisheshatmana vivrunute tanu swam. That Upanishad explains that na ayamatma pravachanena labhyo, this atma will never be available for the pravachanas also, simply by telling the teachings. Namedhya na bahuna srutena, even by great intellect also, or even by hearing all this scriptural knowledge also. But yame vaisha vrunute tena labhya taisheshatmana vivrunute tanu swam. One who tries hardly, that means one who tries with steadfast effort by doing sadhana only, thinking that he is only praying me, worshipping me without any thought about the other world, then the God will show this grace. So after this grace only, Taishaish Atmana Vivruntes Tanu Swam, that Atmana alone will Tanu Swam, that Atma will absorb in him. So Atma ultimately will show utmost sympathy towards the seeker when the seeker was doing all this sadhana. So first do sadhana and then get the grace of the Lord. This is the essence of this Brahma Vidya. Then Arjuna again he is asking questions. Oh, you have told about the sadhana, okay, that is good. But I am going to hear some more of your divine glory. Param Brahma Param Dhavam Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Shasitam Purushoyam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. In this way he is praising Paramatma, praising Paramatma. Arjuna is praising the glory of Paramatma. Param Brahma Param Dhavam. You are the supreme board, you are supreme Brahman, and you are supreme pious. So Param Brahma Param Dhamam and Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, you are supreme pious. So you are, everything is supreme. And Divya Mayadevancha Purusham Sasitam, you are the Purusham, you are the eternal, you are the Purusha, and Adidevam, you are the first God of all the gods, Ajam Vibhum, and you are unborn, and Vibhum, that means you are omniscient. So whatever the qualities I am praising, he says that Ahustvam Roshes Sarve Maharshin Naradastada Asilo Devalo Vyasaha Swayanchaiva Bravishame. Here also the glory of God is being expressed by Arjuna himself. That is Ahustvam Roshes Sarve Maharshinam Naradastada. The Narada Maharshi and Asilo Devalo Vyasaha. Vyasa Maharshi, Asilo Maharshi, and Devalo Maharshi, all these Rishis have already told Ahustvam Roshes Sarve Maharshin Naradastada Asilo Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. They have already told about your glory, but I am so fortunate that you yourself are telling your glory. That is the I am so fortunate that till now all the rishis told about your glory, but now this is the situation where you yourself are telling about this your glory, divine glory. Your glory. Sarvame that Pratam Manye Yanmam Vadasi Kesava Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidurde Nadanavaha. In this says whatever you say, whatever they said, they are truth. I believe. Definitely I will have to believe, and I will believe that these are all truth. and even this glory also, about this personality, nobody, even the devatas or danavas, they can never understand. They can never understand. Only who can understand? Who can understand about you? Swayameva atmanatmanam atmattam purushottama bhutabhavana bhutesha devadeva jagatpate. This slokam nobody can give correct meaning, but our Gurudev told that Swayameva atmanatmanam vettattam purushottama. O Purushottama, you are the Purusha and Uttama Purusha. That means your Purusha means all these beings. Uttama Purusha means above the being is Ishvara, and Atmanatmanam Vettattvam, you know yourself. You know by yourself only. Bhuta Bhavana, you are the from where you all these creation is coming. Bhutesa, you are the Prabhu of all these creation. Devadeva Jagatpati, you are the God of all the Devatas. So you are supreme, because you are supreme above all these creation. You only are capable of by knowing yourself. What is the meaning of telling that knowing by yourself? This is the thing one has to explain. Wherever you say the gods, even Lord Shiva or Parama Mahavishnu, when they are doing this penance, even Lord Shiva sitting in yoga posture and looking upwards in a Kechari Mudra, even Sri Mahavishnu also, when he has gone to this Chaturmasam period, he will also doing penance. Even the Lord Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva, all these are doing. When the entire world is worshipping Lord Shiva and Mahavishnu, what are those people, those two, Mahavishnu and Shiva, praying for that? What is that? That is Nirgunopasana. That is Nirgunopasana. This is the science behind this. Any yogi or any seeker who does this sadhana, they will have to reach the Saguna Brahman only. Saguna Brahman means by reaching, seeing the divine light. That is called Saguna Brahman. After that, there is no sadhana. There is no sadhana, but the seeker himself will have to be turned into Saguna Brahman to Nirguna Brahman. That Nirguna Brahman, turning into Nirguna Brahman is told by Arjuna that Swayameva Atmanatmanam Vettatvam Purushottama Bhutabhavana Bhutesha Devadeva Jagatpate. You alone can know yourself, that is the till now you are in Saguna Brahman, but you can know yourself only by going into Nirguna Brahman. That is the underlying meaning in this slokam. So in this way,